back to another video. It's your girl Sai, and today y'all guys heard that? Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Okay, woo. Today I'm going to be talking about pescatarianism, what a pescatarian actually is, and why I became one. We're also going to go over a couple of pros and cons, but before we jump into that, make sure if you're not already subscribed, please do so, and also make sure you press the notification bell right beside it to be notified every time I upload a video. So let's get into this video. Pescatarianism is the practice of following a diet that includes fish and other seafood, but not the flesh of other animals. Those on a pescatarian or pollitarian diet may define meat as only mammalian flesh and may identify with vegetarianism. I know I normally tell people, oh, I'm vegetarian, because they don't know what pescatarian is, and I don't feel like describing it all the time, but that's basically what it is. You eat fish and seafood instead of chicken, turkey, ham, beef, things of that nature. So yes, we only eat seafood or fish with veggies, and we still do dairy. But why I became a pescatarian, when I watched a couple of documentaries in a class I was taking in high school. It was pharmacy tech, and our teacher had us watch a lot of food production type of videos. And I was already like, I already had my dad in my ear telling me, hey, you know, you should go vegetarian, you know, stop eating this meat. You know, they're doing a lot to it. When I actually saw what they were doing, I was like, wow. And it's probably more that we don't know is happening. A lot of people should know or be aware of what they're eating and taking on a daily basis, and what you're feeding to your children and your family, you know. I also wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. And what also influenced me at the time is I did it because self-discipline. Like, at that age, I didn't really do something, you know, I feel like that big, I guess. Working on myself, challenging myself in that way. So that was another thing that made me want to do it even more. And like I said before, my dad, he went vegetarian around the time I was in 6th grade. Okay, so what I did was, around the time I became pescatarian or decided to go pescatarian, I was working at Wendy's. It wasn't too far from my house, and I just brought really meal prepped. I didn't do the extreme. I didn't just jump right into not eating meat. I slowly cut off red meats and things of that sort, so I only eat turkey and chicken. But also, growing up, I wasn't really raised on ham or pork chops and all that. I was raised on mainly turkey and chicken. I wasn't really a big beef eater. We would eat it in like spaghetti and stuff like that. I rarely ate steak, so yeah, so it wasn't really hard to cut off, you know, stuff in spaghetti like ground beef. It wasn't hard for me to cut that off. I would probably, instead of doing ground beef, I switched to turkey, ground turkey. I slowly started cutting things out of my diet, and eventually I stopped eating chicken. And it really wasn't that hard. I feel like if you just jump and make that decision to say, oh, I don't want to eat meats at all, it'll probably be harder for you. You probably should just gradually get there. So after I became a pescatarian, I noticed that I was becoming way more healthier. I was eating more fruits and vegetables. Another thing is I felt way more energized. I also lost a good amount of weight, around 10-15 pounds maybe. I noticed that when I started working at Wendy's, I could fit my pants really well. But after I was vegetarian or pescatarian for a couple of months, my waistline shrunk a little bit. And also, another great thing about going pescatarian was that I basically expanded my knowledge on food, makeup of food, and also learning different recipes from different cultures. So that was another thing that I found that was really, you know, special, just becoming a pescatarian. Then now we're going to get into our pros and cons. My first pro is fish is filled with so much nutrients. It's filled with a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which, you know, will aid in healthier skin, bones, teeth, all that. And vitamins such as vitamin D and B2, potassium, and magnesium. So that is another plus. Pescatarians tend to eat more vegetables and fruit, which is an absolute good thing because you want to be able to get more nutrients, being that you're losing some of the nutrients that you were once getting in the meat as protein. So I mean, not just the fish, but you can substitute protein for spinach, you know, beans, nuts, eggs, things of that nature. So yeah, it improves with your eyesight, like I said before, skin, teeth, bones, you know. Another thing I found was it reduces stress levels. So that's good, guys. We don't need to be stressed out. It can lower your risk of heart attacks and strokes. It also improves your sleep quality. It lowers risk of asthma in children. So that's another good thing, and I know it also benefits with just helping your lungs in general. I remember reading somewhere where it said it helps you with your memory, so it has great effects on the brain. So up next we have our cons. My first con is pescatarians tend to eat too much mercury, so we really got to watch our mercury consumption. It could possibly cause developmental issues in your infants. Another con is pescatarians have limited food choices going to restaurants or fast food. I noticed that me being a college student, I tend to eat a lot of bread when I'm on the go, so that's one thing I want to watch out for. Stop eating so much fast food and watch my carb intake. Being that you have limited food choices, it pushes you to cook more at home, so it actually could be while doing a good balanced diet. You can also save money, so that's a kind of a win-win. And the last thing is you have pricey protein. It does cost more to buy seafood, fish, you know, things of that nature at the store, but I feel like, you know, it is worth it. You get your omega-3s, stuff that you won't have to take fish oil for. So it's either you buy the fish oil or fish. I know some people will probably buy the fish oil, but I mean, you know, fish is a good protein. I feel like I would pay the price for it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure if you're not already subscribed, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button down below. Until next time, bye.